Hello and welcome back to Caffeinated Convos. I am your host, Holly Hickman, and today we are going to be talking about struggling with your faith in your 20s and how you might go about fixing that. Today is not a fully caffeinated convo because it is currently 7 o'clock at night, and this is filled with diet cran grape juice, so cheers to that. I did another Instagram poll and y'all voted for this topic, and I'm really excited to talk about it because I feel like it's a struggle that I've definitely gone through and that I've seen people around me, my peers and my friends go through. And that is, like I said earlier, just kind of struggling with your faith in your college years or your early 20s. It's kind of like the time in your life where you really decide who you are, and a lot of that has to do with your faith. Full disclosure, I personally am a Christian, so I will be speaking from the point of view of a Christian woman, but I feel like this could be applied to any type of faith. So whatever faith you choose to practice, I hope that you can apply it to you and your life. But the first thing I want to talk about is finding a way to practice faith. And this can mean in the smallest or biggest way, but you have to make time for it, because if you never are talking to God, you're never present and actively practicing, then you're going to continue to struggle with it more and more as you get further away from it. It's just like any other thing where, you know, if you don't practice, you like lose your, not technique, but you lose your skill, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean though. And it might be like the smallest thing, like a morning devotional that just, you read one small passage or one small line from the Bible, or you answer one small question. Personally, for me, my time with God is always at the end of the day. Before Brendan and I go to bed, we always do the same ritual, and before we like shut our eyes and fall asleep, we do pray and just kind of thank God for the day that we had, pray for anything or anyone that we're concerned about, and then kind of pray for a hopeful, awesome another day tomorrow. So that is personally what I do, and that's my time with God. For you, it might be morning prayer, or like I said, it could be a devotional, or it could just be church on Sundays. But finding a way to have consistency and to consistently practice, I feel like is the most important thing, because I don't know, just like I said, it's one of those, it's a knife you have to keep sharpening or else it'll get dull. So yeah, that's my first tip. And then I only have one more tip. And I'm kind of upset because I normally like to give you guys like 3 or 5 tips in these videos, but I didn't want to force it, and I figured if there was something that God really wanted me to speak about, he would lay it on my heart, or he would you know, talk to me later about it, and I can always do another Caffeinated Convos about this subject and everything. So anyways, the other tip that I have is figure out what your faith means to you. And this is going to be different for different religions, I feel like. However, to me, and you might disagree with this, it really depends on you and your faith, so don't judge me or leave anything nasty in the comments, but for me, faith is something that you put your faith into. You choose to believe this, you choose to lean into it and to accept it, and to, you know, practice knowing it and that kind of thing. And for me, that involves a lot of conversations with God and talking about what is important for me to focus on in life. You know, there are many Christians who don't curse, for instance, and I mean, I'll be honest, I throw around curse words a lot, but between me and God and like our conversations, you know, you'll never hear me genuinely curse out of anger, and that's where cursing ends for me. I will never like curse someone out or tell someone to F off or this, that, or the other, but I will always say it in kind of like a joking manner, you know, like when you see your friends and you're like, hey bitch, like that kind of thing. You know, I will say curse words, but that's a conversation that I've had with God, and I don't feel like it affects me as a Christian, and it doesn't affect my faith, you know. So I'm not just saying that to say this is why I curse, guys. I'm just saying this to say, like, you really have to figure out what's important to you and your faith. And to me, that's not something that's important, but something that is important is treating people with kindness and just doing the right thing. If you see someone struggling, you know, drop what you're doing and you go help them. Or if you see someone post something online, you reach out to them. If it's like concerning, you know, you reach out to them and, you know, offer to lend an ear. Or just anything like that. You just choose to do the right thing and you choose to be kind to people. Are you crying? Is this emotional for you? So yeah, it's just really finding out what it means to you. And I think a big struggle for a lot of college age students is like drinking, obviously. And I'm not gonna give like all my 2 cents with it. A lot of you know that I don't really drink. If I do, it's very rare and it's probably just a couple glasses of wine or something like that. And I don't think that it's a bad thing to drink, but I think you have to choose between you and whatever God you talk to, where you draw the line with stuff like that. My main point is just I'm trying to emphasize that you really have to be the governor in your faith in order to make it stronger. And I mean, obviously you have to listen to God, but it's not, you know, this is like such a hard topic to talk about because I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to offend anyone's practices or any piece of their religion. I'm just giving my experience and how I overcome the struggles that I've had with my faith. And I feel so much closer to God after talking to him about what's important to my faith and important to my life here on earth. And I feel like this is what I've determined for myself, and it might be different for you. For you, it might be not drinking, never trying any type of drug, not cursing, this, that, the other. It just really, I feel like, is personalized to you. And, you know, like I said, the conversations that you have with your God. This is like, I don't know. Is this a good video? I don't know. Is this, like, what do you think I should add, babe? Is what I'm saying, does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't want to, like, is that Lily girl playing with mommy's toes? Anyways, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna wrap this video up because I don't have a whole lot to say. But if you are struggling with religion in your early 20s, I would really say just start by spending time with God and deciding what your religion means to you, and you know, where you draw the line on certain moral issues and things like that. And then from there, also deciding when is a great time for you to practice and make that a routine. You know, every single night before I go to bed is when Brandon and I pray together. And I think it's just really important to have like a consistent time that you spend time with God, whether it's once a week, once a day, twice a day, whatever you choose. It could be 5 minutes, it could be an hour. It just is really about personalizing it to make it effective for you and what really improves your relationship with God. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give a like and hit the subscribe button down below to see another episode of Caffeinated Convos next week. Sorry, I'm looking down because Lily is literally wrapped around the bottom of my tripod playing with her tail, and it's really cute. So yeah. Anyways, follow all the social media links down there as well, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.